All right, everyone, we're going to move on just a few more calculations. You see, we've looked at salary, we've looked at hourly pay, we've looked at hourly pay with overtime, we've looked at commission and piecework, and now we're just looking at some other ways that an individual can earn a bit more money. And sometimes the word bonus is thrown around, sometimes signing bonus, sometimes danger pay. Essentially, there are ways in which an employee can obtain a bump in pay of some kind. Now for you, you have the skills already needed to complete this section of learning. There's no new math to be taught, but perhaps what I think you have to do is just be able to extract the right information. You have to be able to look at the problem you're given, and you have to think very carefully of what to apply and what to put together. This goes back to something like, problem solving. What do you do? When do you do it? So I would suggest to you that, you work through the problems that I give you, check your answer, work with your teacher, and really ensure that you're doing well before you progress. This is one of those things that I can say to you, with experience, you will do better. And again, in a real life situation, this is very important for you because one day you may receive some of these additional earning possibilities, and you're going to want to know how much you can and should be paid. In example one, the person, they say that if the person comes back, they will receive a signing bonus of 15% of what they earned last year. So this person, simply for coming back to work, earns a signing bonus. Very simple in this case. You're going to take your 15%. You're going to change that into a decimal by dividing by 100, and it's 0.15. So to figure this out, $3,600 times 0.15. This person earns a signing bonus of $540, which is pretty awesome. Just for coming back to work, the person has earned $540, which is great. Example 2. Now, this one, I'm not sure. Maybe I'm not, doing this properly, but I like to think that I am. It says here that a person works at a computer repair shop. Her boss offers her a shift premium of $1.75 per hour. So essentially, a shift premium means that beyond certain hours, the person will make an additional $1.75 an hour. So for example, this person makes $10 an hour for regular work. But if she works after 5 p.m. or on a Saturday, you would add $1.75 per hour. So again, if they earn $10 per hour, for this and for this, they would make $11.75 per hour, which is a pretty sweet deal. Now, the one thing I want to point out, if you really read this example, it says $1.75 per hour if she works after 5 p.m. or on a Saturday. And when we get into the solution here, I'm going to contend that the solution is wrong because for me, it says it's $1.75 per hour more if she works on a Saturday. Well, look at this. This person worked on a Saturday and they counted as a 0. I'm going to put a 6 right here, which is going to change our math, and I will do that. So, before we get there, remember, we get a shift premium if we are after 5 p.m. or on a Saturday. So let's look. Monday, 9 to 5. I see no shift premium hours there. Okay, because a person did not work beyond 5 p.m. So I agree with this. 0 hours shift premium, 8 hours regular. On Tuesday, the person did go beyond 5. How many hours in the shift premium? 3 hours. So from 5 to 8 is 3 hours. How many regular hours? 2 to 5 is 3. Let's look at Wednesday. The person did go beyond 5. How many hours? It should be 2. How many regular hours? 2 to 5 is 3 hours. On Friday, the person went from 12 to 8 p.m. So, from 5 to 8, that is 3 hours. And from 12 to 5 is 5 hours in regular. Now, this is where I'm going to change this. It says here, Saturday, 9 to 3 p.m. If you look at the question, it says she receives a rate shift premium if she works on Saturday. So I'm going to change this. I believe the 6 hours should go right there. 9 to 3 is 6 hours. So allow me to redo these calculations down here. So let's see, regular hours for the week, 8, 11, 14. That should give you 19 regular hours. And then I'm going to redo this one as well. 3, 5, 8. That should be 14 shift premium hours. So what does the question say? It says, determine Denise regular and shift. Okay, so I believe that we have 19 regular hours and we have 14 shift premium hours. Now I suppose what the question wants me to do is figure out how much this person made. So if I do that, so it should be 19 hours times 15.25 per hour. That's how much they make for regular work. And that is, I'll just run that through my calculator here really quick. That should be 19 times 15.25. That gives you $289.75. Now we have to remember, for shift premium hours, how much was made for every hour? It's not $15.25 anymore. There's a premium, there's an added on amount. You see, it's not $15.25, it's $15.25 plus $1.75. That means a person now goes to $17 per hour. That gives you, so 14 times 17 is $238. How would you figure out how much money this person made for the week? You would have to add both of these up, the regular pay and the shift premium. So the total would be, in this case, 238 plus 289.75. That gives you a grand total of $527.75. Now, I hope that makes sense to you. I mean, I know I changed the answer key, but I like to think that I'm right on this one because it says she gets a shift premium rate if she works after 5 p.m. or on a Saturday. It states quite clearly the person worked from 9 to 3 on Saturday. That's 6 hours that I believe should be included in the shift premium hours. Again, what did I do? I took my 19 regular hours and I multiplied it by the regular rate. So that was 19 times 15.25, which gave me $289.75. Then I figured out I had 14 shift premium hours and I multiplied that by 17. Do you know why I multiplied it by 17? It should be because you earn an extra $1.75 per hour in the shift premium category, and that gives me $238. Your final step is to add everything together for a grand total earnings of $527.75. This is a bit of a tricky question, but I still think you can manage that. There's one more on the next page. It says here that Sam works as a server at a local restaurant. Yesterday he earned $165.32 in tips. This was 15% of the sales. How much were the sales yesterday? So this is a bit of a tricky one, and I don't want to put too much weight into this, but you have to think. The person made 15% tips. Now, 15% of what? 15% of the total. The total is marked as 100%. Now again, I'm just going to go down here. Again, remember, the person made 15% of the total sales. 15% of 100% of the sales. Now, what was the value of the tips? The value of the tips was 62.32. Now, do you know why I put that on the top? 162.32. That is because it was 15% tips on the top there of the total. So it stands to reason that the tip total would go on top there, and this is your whole. And then you would use, cross multiply and divide. Now, I do think that might be worth another example. I will do that. I'll do another one here for you. So I'll just kind of do it here in the bottom. Pretend someone made tips of $250. And let's pretend, in this case, that was 20% of the sales. So the question would say, what were the sales yesterday? So you have to think, this person earned 20% tips, 20% of the total sales, 20% of the food that was served. But what percentage? That's 100%, so 20 over 100. And how much tips were earned? Well, I made it up and said $250. And you have to think, tips here, this was the total. So tips on the top here and total on the bottom, cross multiply and divide. I don't want to put too much weight into that one. I don't think it's overly important, but I'm sure it'll come up for a calculation for you. All right, let's try some practice here.